Hello, this is Hugo from Papa and Hugo's Minecraft Renewable Island group, and today I will be walking you around our island. We start here at our airport, where if you come to our island, this will be your first destination. We put the airport here because it is away from all of the people and population, so there will be no noise pollution. And also, all of the planes that land here are either solar powered or hydro powered. Now, let's go to our next destination, the subway system. You follow this red carpet, and yes, you are here. Our subway also has a subway in it, with our server named Jerry. We also have all the cookies. Yes. And now, let's go to our biomass energy. What are you doing? And we've arrived here at our biomass energy. This is a very well built biomass energy example, as this is all the animal poo in this area. This works by whenever the animals poo over in their farm over there, it is brought underground to here. That noise you can hear is actually all of the animal dung getting burned and create electricity. Now, let's go to our next destination, the farm. This is where they actually do all the pooing. As you can see, this mossy area here is their pooing station. They are designated to only poo here, and they are very well trained. We put both of these here because they are away from our human settlement, and it will not stink out our whole island. Otherwise it might smell bad. Now I'll show you our eco-friendly house. And yes, I forgot to add that the reasons we built our house here are it is close to amenities as like the hospital and the school. It's clear from all the trees for our solar. It is close to the water so we can grow our crops. Triple glazing glass. The wool insulation. Food scraps for compost. Water collected for use for crops and cleaning on the roof. And building materials are local. So, as soon as you come in the door, you can automatically see that we have wool and triple glazing glass for great insulation. Now, as soon as you walk in, you will see our pets, Ruby 1, Ruby 2, Angel, Bradley, Snowsill, smiley face, and Luca. Now, this is the wisdom tree. This is where you go if you are feeling dumb. This tree will instantly make you smarter, and in the summer times, it will give you shade from the sun. This is our fish tank. These are my bed and Pablo's bed. These are our bookshelves. This is the kitchen with a bin. This is our very own geothermal spa that is actually connected to the geothermal power station. And outside here, we actually have our very own farm. And these are our compost bins. But the best thing is on the roof, where we collect rainwater, and so we will never run out. But we also have solar panels, so our power bill will be $0. Now, speaking of our geothermal power plant, you might be wondering where it is. Well, that is our next destination. Let's just sprint down this pathway. And we've arrived. Sorry, no wheelchairs past this point. You might want to duck if too due to there are live cables going over the top. So, this is where the energy from this is transferred to the rest of our island. And in here you can see our generators, and just through there you can see our, well, turbine. This is a way better view though, because this is the cooling tower station. This is where the hot steam is turned back into water. Now, don't tell anyone you see this. This is top secret and confidential. This is the bit where the actual steam is actually created and where the water goes back in. Because the magma down here creates hot water. When it goes in these pipes, it turns into steam. If you can see that pipe running through the ground, that one actually connects to our eco-friendly house. And then, if you're not with a top secret tour guide like me, you can always come up the top here and just look at the turbines and generators and also the cooling station area. Very cool, I know. So, and the reason we built this here is because we needed because there was already a hole in the earth crust here. So all we had to do was just put in all the pipes, and then because the magma was already there, and also the reason we put the geothermal, the eco-friendly house there was because we had solar panels on the roof. We needed to be able to be away from all the trees. Now, this is the last bit of tree left before it was tragically burned down by a worker who had caught us on fire while he was working his job. Thankfully, the worker survived. Now, I'll be showing you our what's it called? Our solar power and local farm. So down below we have the local farm, which is what the actual locals eat, and then and under it is how they get their water. But on top, and these lanterns are also solar powered because of this massive solar farm on top. Dun dun dun. Yes, it is very cool. I know. It also generates a lot of electricity in the summer times, but not so much in the winter because it's not as sunny. We put this here because it is away from trees and we need the solar and we need the sun up here to beam onto our panels. This is our next. This is our wind turbines, which if we go up one, you can see our generators. But if you don't rate this, but like, you can see the middle of our turbine. Oh, it's raining. Not good. And now I have to rebuild this. Yay. As you can see, yes, it is a very great view from up here. Unless it's raining, which I will just change now. So, this works by the turbines on the wind turbine spin, powers the generator, creates electricity. We put our turbines here because they are away from all the trees, and because we put them in the sea breeze is actually more windy than up on a hill. Next location is our school. Let's just go for a quick dip. Our school is not a very big school because our children population is about 5. You're actually here on a Sunday, so there are no people here, but I have an access key. The school has all the essentials like note blocks, bookshelves, and the learning tables, and the magic mat, and the teacher stand. We put this here because we wanted them to give them a great view of the wind turbines so they can learn about them, and also the rest of the island. Next 3 seconds away is our Airbnb, which generates us not much money, but still some money because of tourism. It has all the essentials for staying overnight or for 7 days. We put it here because it has great views of the harbour and the wind turbines and solar farm. It can house 5 people at any one time. It has a lot of place for all your luggage, and it has all the essentials. So yeah. And if you can see over there, you can see our medical centre and harbour. Our medical centre is our next location. You can either go for a swim or go across the bridge, I guess. So this is our medical centre. It's not a very big medical centre. It's really only beds. There's no point in coming here if you've broken a bone. Unless you just want to rest for 7 days. But it has all the essentials like beds, something that you can look out of if you're warm. You can come over here if you're too hot or cold. And then yeah, it's just if you want to have a rest. We put it here just because even though when they're sick, they can still enjoy good views. Now let's just walk through this water and we arrive at our harbour. We put our harbour here because it is actually the deepest part of this ocean. And these are our containers that are ready to be loaded up onto the ship. So without further ado, let's go up. There are actually solar panels on top because we want this crane to be able to work without having to burn any fuel or anything. This is our worker. He really enjoys working here. This is actually broken at the moment, but it actually transports things along. Here's a better view of it. You can just see that there is where it's loaded down. The port is also how the island makes most of its money because we ship out our crops from the farm over here to other foreign countries that can't really grow much because of their location. Our next location is our farm. That's where we grow. Now kids, never ever walk along the minecart track in case of a train is coming. This is the supplying farm. This is where we get all of our crops from that are sent to the port, which is then loaded onto the ships. Our workers have very nice houses, as you can see. And yeah, we put this here because the fresh water, we've actually done some research and it actually makes the crops grow a bit faster. And because we wanted to give our workers a nice view. Alright, our next destination is our wave and tidal power, which we have to go in the ocean for. Also, never do what I am about to do. Okay, never ever go near the turbines of tidal power because it's in the ocean, you'll be sucked towards them and then you might die. The fish do it quite a lot. We actually put this here because you have to have 5 meter difference between high and low tide, and we have that here. how these work is like when the tide goes out and comes in, it will spin these turbines. So they are always making power. Just above us is actually our wave power, which works from the up and down and side to side motion of the waves hitting against our wave snake. We put this here because this is often the most wavy part of our island. But today, because it's a very nice day obviously, there are absolutely no waves at all. Now, let's equip our hydroelectric jetpack and fly to our hydroelectric dam. Well, welcome to our dam. This is where the rain, this is a dam. This is where the water is collected when it rains. Don't know why it's cut off. Now, never jump in, because you might get sucked under here when the water's coming out. But so, basically, up here is where the water is collected when it rains. Then it comes down here, then just sits in here. As you can see, it is very full at the moment. It means we have had a lot of rain. So, you might be wondering why we put this here. It's because it is high and it actually rains more often up here than down below. And we need the water to flow down, not up, as you'll see in a moment. But this is our timer. So when it is night time, as you can see, the water can't come out. But when it is, say, sunrise, we have to just wait until it's day. As you can see, it can open up and then the water can get let go. Now let's go down to see why we need the water to flow down the hill. And we have arrived. This is the hydroelectric turbine. This is where the water turns the turbine and creates power. So, how does this work? When the water is flowing down, it spins these turbines. And when they spin, it powers a generator which then creates electricity. When this is closed, no water flowing, no turbine spinning, no electricity. When it is flowing, electricity is created, which is always good if you don't want it to be running all the time so you don't waste too much water. Now, let's go to our last location, the human settlement. Which is, I think it's this way. Our human settlement is actually just a massive treehouse. On this, the turbines at the bottom of the dam are placed here because that's the closest place I wanted to put them. Our villagers are always escaping. Don't know why. They normally like it here. So a few of these people are kids. These people are mainly farmers. And some of them are kids beginning to be farmers. This one is an adult. This one's also a kid. And this one is the teacher. And she sometimes works he sometimes works at the medic. The reason that we built the human settlement here is because most of the people who live here either work at the school or kids. They work at the turbines. They work at the solar. They work at the medical centre. Or they work at the hydroelectric dam. Aha, I see how you're escaping now. Get back in. Get back in. Get back in. The kids are close to the school, so it's good for them to learn. Now we are done. I hope you enjoyed our walkthrough of our island. Bye.